Some days it's good to hear the old ones. It just feels good to hear an old hymn on some days, and this is one of those days, by the way. Today's talk is called Security. Security, and I looked at this quote, Eric put it, because Eric liked to break down the words. The word secure, by our thinking, we know what something means and that we should be upset by it. Have you found yourselves lately, any of you, telling yourself, well, I should be upset about this? This is appropriate to be upset about. God doesn't know anything about this. I got it from here, God. And I'll go ahead and be upset about it. And I'll be upset until it gets fixed. Or it never has happened. Certainly not free from upset or without anxiety. Because now I'm back to thinking there's God and there's me. And I know best. Now, God is not an old man that knows best. God is principle. Simply is. And so to look at things in a very... excuse me, drank the water the wrong way. And so to begin to look at things in a radically different way. And I'm not saying a lot of you aren't doing that. And I know that a lot of you are. And I also know we have... Quite frankly, you all are a hindrance to mine. I remember years ago in spiritual counseling, someone pointed it out to me so well. He said, you know, the problem when people do things is, and why we don't want to forgive them, is now you've done this, and I have to feel this way, and I don't want to feel this way. And so I'm going to throw a good temper tantrum. Where my conditional love lied. I thought, I will forgive them if they just make it not have happened in everything that happened. I wasn't prepared to just say, okay, thank you, God. I don't know what this means, but I'm going to decide now it's good. Let's give it a shot here. And people liked my story. When I would get up, look at you, you all sitting here quiet as anything because I'm telling a story. So I guess I have a right to be up here. Because I can. You go through your moments. I was looking at Charles Fillmore's book Prosperity, and the clearer your understanding of truth is, the more substantial your mind becomes. There's a definite and intimate relation between what we call truth, action, or sympathy of thought. Thus, the more you know about God, the more successful you will be in handling your body, your uses. You will be prosperous. Mind substance enters into every little detail of your daily life, whether you realize the truth or not. You must get a consciousness of it by first mentally seeing the truth. All true action is governed by law. Nothing just happens of cause and effect. These happenings that seem miraculous are controlled by laws that we have not yet learned, and the result comes from causes we have not yet been able to understand. God is law, and God is changeless. Now, someone might come to me who studies Course in Miracles and say, but Shawn, Course in Miracles says miracles are natural. And that's what makes them not miracles. It makes them not so miraculous. All a miracle is an everyday working God that we don't understand. I love that it's a Course in Miracles that says miracles should be happening all the time, and if they're not, who remembers what the final statement of that part of it is? Do you remember? Okay. Does anybody? Miracles should be happening all the time, and if they're not, well, I'll say you're not paying attention is what I will say. If you're not seeing those miracles, you know, those things that are taking place in a mystical fashion in your life and ways that you cannot explain in words, well, you're just not paying attention. That's all it really comes down to. They're happening all the time. And they're happening because our thoughts are directing our lives. Our thoughts are shape-shifting the universe to work for us in relation to our thoughts. It's really quite wonderful how it works and that it works. And I love that Charles Fillmore says, Get more understanding of God. Get more knowing of God. Find out what God is, and then you will know how to manifest your life according to joy, according to happiness, according to health, according to beauty, according to wealth. Find out more about God. That's what I did years and years ago. I went into the study of God, not into the study of religion. The study of religion is very interesting and can be very satisfying to the egoic mind, but it will not make you healthy. It will not reveal health. It will not reveal wealth. It will not reveal peace and joy. The study of God will reveal health, will reveal wealth, will reveal joy, will reveal harmony and how to live. The study of God, because, as he said, God is principle. God is law. So what do I need? I will know what to say. You will know what to do because you will be perceiving correctly instead of incorrectly. So there's no punishment, there's no reward. There's a result of correct thinking, of correct seeing. And that's what I love about this. Charles Fillmore, he was very clear here that early on, whenever people around him, his wife was healing, his wife's friends, they're sitting around the kitchen table, they're praying in an odd way because they're praying through affirmation and praying through denials. But they're healing, they're changing, and so he sought. He looked around, he went to other truth teachers and things, and what he said was, I'm getting different information from every single teacher here. Everybody's telling me a different way to get there. And so,